Oh yeah. Welcome to Missouri, y'all. Just down here at the creek, doing a little fishing. Ain't catching shit. Pretty nice, isn't it? Hey guys, it's Jake, and I am your Tuesday host on Starting Out Solitary. And this week we're going to be talking about general divination and divination in general. Me personally, the way I started on my current path is from the runes. Actually, believe it or not, I went into our local witchy shop, I guess you can call it, and I have family members that read oracle cards and, well, angel cards, since most of them are Christian, and I guess that's what they call them. If it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, I guess it's a duck, but, who am I? So, that's really where I got my start. And I really started getting into divination before anything else, so I'd say divination's probably one of my stronger niches in my path. Not to mention I use the runes and everything. So, first, a couple different types of divination. There's the runes, the Nordic runes. There's also witches' runes. So, if somebody's talking about runes, it's probably a good idea if you're going to bridge the gap with communication there to find out, Futhark or Angler. I guess apparently runes are fishy now. Anglo-Saxon, which I believe is the younger Futhark. I haven't really studied up on that one. So there's the Ogham sticks, which is more along the druidic path. There's scrying, and within scrying there's candle scrying, smoke scrying, water scrying, mirror scrying. There's 1,000 different types of scrying, and then of course, the one that everybody's most common with is probably tarot. 9 out of 10 people, if that may be a little over exaggerating, but most people, if you walk up and say, hey, I read tarot cards, they're going to go, oh, okay. As opposed if, somebody walks up and says, oh, well, I read runes and Ogham sticks, they're probably going to look at you like you got two heads and you'll have to explain it to them. So, with that being said, I'll be perfectly honest, tarot is something that I just cannot do. And I've tried, it's just too damn distracting. I don't know if it's because I'm a simpleton, or, I think it's that I get easily distracted with all the pictures and colors, and, I can find 1,000 different meanings off of one card, which is not the way that's supposed to work, as far as I know, so I generally stay away from that and stick to what I know, which is the runes. And there's a lot of different types. I'm sure every culture has their own form of divination, and, down here in the Ozarks, I believe we have our own kinds. And I don't know if you'd call this so much divination as reading omens. I personally look at it as divination is a lot of weather divination. If, for example, you go to talk to some of these old men that lived out in the hills for a long time, they'll tell you, well, a wasp builds its nest way high up in the tree, it's going to be it's going to be a really bad winter. I can't get my weather straight. It's going to be a really bad winter, but if it builds it lower to the ground, it's going to be a mild winter. Or, clouds. A lot of people will read clouds out here and go, oh, well, past the point of, oh, well, it's a black cloud, there's going to be rain. A lot of people will look at it as, if you're born on a rainy day, or if you're born on a black night, that whole thing. I kind of look at that as more omens, and the wasp building its nest, divination. There's also some folk magic and divination, it's water, before anybody says anything, it's water, I promise. Divination when it comes to children. If you can take a pendulum, which is another type of divination, I forgot that one. divination, you could take a piece of the woman's hair and either take a disc or a washer and hang it above the belly. And I believe if it spins clockwise, then it's going to be a boy. Counterclockwise, it's going to be a girl. So I look at that as a form of divination. So basically my main point is there's all sorts of different types. I'm sure native tribes in South America have their own forms, and the, you know, tribes out in Africa, you know, there's just so many different types, you know, and I've looked through quite a few of them and kind of put my finger in all the various pies before I learned, okay, maybe I should just stick to what I know. So, and I've been reading runes for a couple years. You know, I'm going to do a whole video on that on my own personal channel, which I know I keep saying I'm going to do all these videos, and I promise to God that I am going to get them done. So, just bear with me. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on the subject. Go, explore, see what's for you, see what's not for you. And before we go, I'll show you some of the different, this is an amethyst rune set that I've made. That's Fehu. And then my halite set that I made, which is Parathro. And then my wooden set that I've blooded to me, so I don't use these for anybody else. And then this is actually one from the first set of runes I got, and it's a Tiger's Eye. And this is the first set I picked up 2 years ago, so these are very, very, very special to me. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on the subject. You know, as always, go give the Facebook a like. Hit that subscribe button. It's pretty cool. We've got a little over 100 subscribers now, so I hope everybody's enjoying it. And if you are, if you're not, leave us a comment in the comment section below. Like I say, we always love hearing from y'all. So, as always, until next time, may Odin be with you. And one more thing. I will go ahead and put some pictures up of different rune layouts when I do these personal videos. So be watching out for those. And I'd also like to say, if you have podcasts, or if you like to listen to podcasts, I'd like to give a shout out to Inciting a Riot with Firelight, which is Brouhaha with Firelight and Velma Nightshade, New World Witchery with Corey and Lane, and Modern Witch with Devin. Those four are absolutely fantastic podcasts, not just for witches, but just for the pagan community in general. So if you like, or you know, if you work at night like I do, and you have nothing better to do, or you enjoy listening to podcasts on your commute, go ahead and check them out. They're on Podcruncher, they're on iTunes, and they're on their personal sites too. So, you know, go give them a heads up, say hey, and once again, Odin be with you. Y'all be good.